Hello and welcome. I will show how to build a brick house, but first I will show how the brick wall generator works. So come over here, add, and then go to mesh, all the way down to extras, and then click on wall factory. Okay, this is the wall, and the most important thing is the settings panel over here. Click to expand it, and then I will not go over all of these settings, but I will highlight few of these. So start and end is about the length of the wall. Either you go this way or you can expand from this side. Okay. And the edging is the important one. If you don't want the ends to have these gaps, so you can make it 0. If you make it 0, it will make it flat from the ends for both sides. And for the block size, it is very self-explanatory. We can adjust the height, add variation to it. We can adjust the depth of it, the thickness. Okay, and then right click to cancel whatever changes were made. And then come to the grouting. The grouting is the gap between two blocks. Okay, so I can increase the thickness or I can reduce the thickness further. Okay, and I can have variation and depth. And further down, if we don't want any window, we can turn off this opening, so the window is gone. And then there are a few other options that we can turn it on to get the settings for each of these. Okay, and then one important thing, it will happen either by mistake or once we click away, you will lose the settings panel. So how to get it back? But there are very strict conditions. If we avoid doing any other operation, for example, moving the object or rotating or scaling, in that case, we cannot get back the settings panel. So without doing any other operation, come over here to edit and then click on adjust last operation or use the shortcut F9. And then the settings panel is back, and then we can make further adjustments. And one more important thing, once we take away the mouse away from the settings panel, see what happens. It goes away. So press F9 again to get the settings panel back, and then make the adjustments and then take the mouse away and it goes away again. Okay, so these are the few things to keep in mind. Okay, now I will get into the practical example to create a brick house from this. Okay, so I'll start fresh with a new file, click on new, and I will click on general. Don't save. So this is a new scene. Select everything and delete. And I will press N. I can start this shortcut viewer. Okay, so you can keep an eye on the shortcuts that I will be using. So come over here to add, mesh, and then extras, and click on wall factory. Okay, so this is the wall. First thing is to expand the settings panel, and I'll turn off the window opening. I don't want any opening, and I will make the ends flat. I will make the edge value 0, and then I will adjust the length of the wall. Maybe I will change this to 12. Okay, maybe 13. So I'm fine with this. And for the grout size, I'll reduce it to maybe 0.03. Okay, and we still have gap. I will add in a solid plane later on. All right, so this is the wall, and the height is, I'm fine with the height. Okay, now I will adjust the depth of it. So come over here to the depth and reduce it to 0.9. Okay, this is fine. So one wall is done. I will press Shift D to duplicate, move it back, and I will go to the top view and I will duplicate it once again, and I will rotate it, press R to rotate, and then I will enter 90. All right, and just move it over here. I will bring the wall closer here. Okay. And then bring this wall all the way up to here just to make sure I'm covering up the entire length of this wall. So this is the outcome so far. I can take all of these and move it to the side. Okay. And now I will create the main wall of this house for the entrance. So I'll create a new wall, add, mesh, extras, and then click on wall factory. Okay, it will remember the previous settings from these walls. And now I can even move it from the settings over here. I will rotate it first along the Z. I will enter 90 and then just bring it forward and then move it in the Y in the correct position. Yeah, good. And this wall, I need to have an opening for the door. So I will check the opening. And this is going to be an opening for the door. So I will turn off the top arch. I just want a simple door. So I can move the position of it. So I will click and drag the indent value somewhere over here. And then the width of the door, I can increase it. Height, I will increase it. This is fine. Maybe I can increase the width just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm fine with this. So I have the opening, and now I will create steps. I will use the same wall factory feature. Come over here, add, mesh, come all the way down to extras, and then click on wall factory. I will turn off the opening, and I use the same settings. Rotate this 90 only, and bring it forward in X somewhere here. And now first I will enable the steps. Okay, in our case, visually it is appearing at the back side of the wall. So click on this back side. It will flip the position, and then I can click on direction to flip the direction. And the steps, I can move it to the left side in front of the door, and I can bring it down. I'll switch to the front view. I can easily switch by clicking on this, and it will make this as an orthographic view. And then I can just adjust the height of it somewhere over here, just roughly positioning it, making sure there is no gap. Hold shift while I move, and then I can adjust it precisely. Okay. For the steps, I need to adjust the settings further. I can increase the depth, and then increasing it this much, fine. I need to adjust the position of the steps. This part should come over here. So I can click and drag to the left, all the way here, and I need to reduce this gap. So I can adjust the overall position from here, the X, push it. Yeah, so it penetrates a little bit. Okay, this is good. I need to extend this part. The way to do it is I will extend this width. Don't worry about the height of the steps. And now I will adjust the height value. Just keep moving it down step by step until I reach this. Now I can push it back all the way. Bring it over here. And then I can take this Y and bring this all the way back. And then I can adjust the width somewhere here. For this one, I don't want any grouting gap visible. Come over here. Thickness, I will make it 0. By the way, this is a subsetting for the step. Main setting is for the wall. I'm just using it for the step. Okay. So now I can just raise it up slightly so that we don't have any gap. Come over here and I will increase the Z, the main Z value. Okay. And now I will create a flooring. I'll just click to accept it. Press Shift A, Mesh, Add Plane. I'll bring this plane over here, go to the top view and bring it to the center almost and scale it all the way out. And then scale it in the X. Yeah. X-axis. Now as you can see, this is a flooring and it needs some thickness. I'll press Tab and then press E to extrude. Okay, and then I'll bring it down somewhere over here, matching with the steps bottom. Okay, so we are done with the flooring. And this wall I would like to delete. And then I will press Tab to go into the edit mode. I will select all of these only. I can press X and then I can click on faces. So now I'm only left with the steps. Now I will create the ceiling. For a simple ceiling, what I can do is select this base, duplicate it, Shift D, and then press G to move. It's already in move mode. Now press Z so I can move it straight up, and then I can switch to the front view, click on it, and the snapping is set to vertex already. Okay, so I will push it down, press G and Z and hold Control so it snaps. Okay, and I will reduce the height of it. I'll switch to the face selection. I'll select the top face, press G and move it down to reduce the thickness, and I can scale it. First, I will bring the pivot point in the center, right click, origin to geometry, and I will press S to scale, and I will press Shift Z so I can avoid scaling in the Z axis. Okay, so this is the result. Simple brick wall house with a ceiling. For this one, I can add detailing. Come over here, add modifier, and I'll add bevel modifier to it and reduce this to maybe 1 centimeter. Maybe I can give it 0.8. Okay, so this brick wall, I can also give the bevel modifier. Click and then click on bevel. I'll reduce this to 1. Zoom in and see how the result is from this side. Maybe I can increase it to 2. Okay, so this is looking good. I can apply it for all of these, but you get the idea. Now I'm planning to replace the ceiling with an arch design ceiling. Okay, so I can hide this one for now. And then I will again create, Shift A, come over here to mesh, go to extras and then click on wall factory. I will disable these steps. Okay, and I will enable opening and I will enable top arch. Bring it in the center, the width of an arch. I'll increase the grout thickness just a little bit. I need to move this arch away from this main wall. So what I can do is scroll down and adjust the location X value, and I'll just push everything to the side and then just take the arch and then move the indent to the left. So I'm left with the arch only. So I'll click on this and I can adjust the position of it. So the overall height I will increase something like this, and I can increase the width a little bit more. Yeah, and now I will increase the thickness of the top arch somewhere here. Looking fine. Now I can bring it closer. I will move it in the Y. Let's take a look from this side, and then I can increase the depth. So the depth setting is here in the main wall. So I can increase this depth. Okay, let's bring this to the center. Move it in the Y. Just go to the side view, replace it properly in the center, and now I will increase the depth for the main wall, something like this, so it overhangs a little bit. Yeah, so this is how it is. Okay, as you can see, the rotation of the arch is wrong. I was working in the wrong direction of the arch until now. So I can rotate this 90 degrees, 90, and I will switch to the side view and just move it in the Y. Okay, and then again I will switch to the side view from here and move it in the red line, that is the X. Just bring it to the center. Now this one, I'll increase the depth once again. Okay. Now I can adjust the curvature. I will reduce the curvature just a little bit and reduce the thickness just a little bit, up just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is looking fine. Now I can press tab, and in wireframe mode, I'll press Z, wireframe mode. I'll select all of these, press X, and then click on delete faces. So only left with the arch. Okay, so this is how it is done with the help of with just one add-on, and the add-on is Mesh Extra, and you get this wall factory. Good question, how to get this add-on? So just go to Edit, Preferences, click on Add-ons, and in the search just type Extra, and this is the one, Extra Objects, okay, for the mesh. Click the check mark and it will be enabled, and then it will be available in the Add menu, Mesh, and then it will appear here with other stuff as well. And no need to restart Blender, it will be available right away. I forgot to add the blocking in between the grouting, which is very simple. You can add it yourself. Just create a simple plane and then just push it in just a little bit so that there is a little bit of indent. Okay, I hope this was useful somewhat, learning the possibilities, what can be done with the add-on. So thank you very much for watching. Give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and see you next time with another video.